Good morning everybody. In today's video I'm going to attempt to prove that you don't need expensive camera or equipment to take good fine art architectural photographs. That's the plan anyway. So what we're going to do, and expensive or cheap is going to be different for every single person. So it's all going to be relative, but if I had the choice I would go out with a full frame camera or even medium format, I don't own one of those, and a high quality lens, the best quality filters I can afford, etc, etc. Sturdy tripod. But not everybody has that luxury. It takes years to kind of collect all of this equipment. So if you've got an entry-level DSLR, this is my daughter's camera, it's a Canon 100D. I've got the 10 to 18mm, which is not a kit lens, but it's on the cheaper end of lenses. So I'm going to attempt to take some photographs of this building behind me using what I consider to be entry-level equipment. Today I'm on Worthing Seafront. This is a building that I've been keeping an eye on for a good year or so now, and I can happily say it's now ready for my camera. Today is a beautiful day, but it's blue skies absolutely everywhere, so it's not perfect conditions for this. So although I did bring my long exposure filters, it's probably not going to be in use today. Now if you do plan on coming down here, I'm literally stood on the beach. This is open to the public, although this development behind me is not actually finished yet. It's called Bayside Apartments and it's literally on Worthing Seafront. It's next to Splash Point Swimming Centre. And if you can hear, I apologise about that, their alarm is going off. I plan ahead with my videos as much as possible, but I didn't plan for their alarm going off. So if you do plan on coming down here, I'll give you the what three words locations, but that's Worthing Pier to the west, and if I were to spin around, you're going to see sunrise coming from the east. There you go. So you've got your bearings. This building is essentially square. It's got curves around the edge and every single floor plate is kind of offset. And the reason that I think this is so photogenic is because it's a combination of just simple lines. It's a mixture of concrete. It's not too fussy. But for the last 6 months to 9 months I've been going up and down the seafront constantly, just keeping an eye on it. The handrails have had this blue foam on it. I looked at that, I thought, I cannot get rid of that in Photoshop. So sometimes you just got to wait for a development to be ready. This is still not finished because you can see there is hoarding here, and they built that first and then they're finishing the apartments next door. But some people are starting to move in, and before they start to put clutter, their belongings on the balconies and deck chairs and things like that, you really need to get to a development just before it starts to get a bit busy. And because it's not finished, that's going to kind of dictate my compositions. I can't go all the way down the beach and shoot a wide image with a tilt shift lens because the construction site is going to be in the shot at the same time. So for that reason I'm going to be up close, shooting upwards, getting some abstract compositions and things. I've only bought one lens for the cheap camera, and that's the 10 to 18, so they're all going to be quite wide, quite dramatic images. Because the sun is rising to the east, which it usually does, probably going to get a combination of the east elevation and the south elevation. Maybe you get some sort of gradation with the light. Now I'm going to have to act quite quick because the sun is already starting to get quite powerful. So quite simply, my first shot is going to be bang in the middle, symmetrical shot, looking up. And the reason, well, the way that I'm getting the central image is there is a line in the concrete floor slab. So I'm just lining up all of those lines in the slab, and then you know you're in the middle. Let's get that shot. Alright, so I'm keeping things really simple. Canon 100D, 10 to 18mm. I'm shooting this at 12mm. To give this camera and this combination the best chances, I'm shooting this at f11, and that is giving me a shutter speed of 1/13 of a second. Yeah, ISO 100. So I'm giving this camera the best possible chances of getting a nice shot. Yeah, next composition. Right, so I've moved the camera a little bit. Now I'm just on the corner, kind of going for a very symmetrical shot once again. When I say symmetrical, there's a concrete column on the balcony area. I'm just positioning that in the middle of the frame, and then you've kind of got equal amounts of the building on each side. It's quite well balanced, quite a nice easy image to look at, nothing too dramatic. Yeah, it's good. The sun's starting to get a bit too bright now, plus it's getting a bit busy here. I think we should head back to the office and let's edit these. I'm not going to make this video about editing as such, so let's just do a time lapse of me making all of the selections and then you'll probably just see how I'm working the image a bit. Yeah, let's get back to the computer and see how these images turned out. Hi, younger Ben here, still down on the seafront. Now, there's a twist to this video. Exciting, hey, what has Ben done? Well, although throughout this video you saw me taking photographs with my daughter's camera, the Canon 100D, the photograph that I just edited was actually taken on my iPhone. Exciting, hey? So although this video was about can you take a good fine art photograph using a cheaper camera, can you take a good fine art image with your phone? And I haven't edited that image yet, but hopefully the answer is yes. And if you don't believe me, here's the EXIF data in Photoshop of the photograph that I edited, and you'll be able to see that it was taken on an iPhone XS. So there you go. Should you go out and sell all of your camera equipment right away? No, you shouldn't, because if I were to come here, I would use a camera. I'd probably use my full frame camera. But the point is, if you don't have expensive equipment, can you still make good art? Yes, you can. Of course you can. And I think I've proven that here today. You can just use an iPhone. It's more to do with how you edit the images, your composition, how you create the art, not the equipment, with a caveat. I mean, equipment's nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the twist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.